All right. Hey, everybody. This is Henry Kramer, 605 Chaser. Welcome to the show. A little later of a start than I typically end up getting, but I had to get the latest information from the Storm Prediction Center. So I appreciate y'all joining. If this is your first time or it's not and you have not followed yet, please go ahead and smash that follow button, share the live, and make sure that you let your friends know and your family know that 605 Chasers got you covered for your morning weather briefings of what is expected for your day. So that way you can plan your day ahead of time and with no fuss, no hype, no gimmicks. It's all real right now. Let's go ahead and get to the maps here. We do have quite a large swath of the slight risk today, and that is in mainly the central and southern plains. We're going to break this down for you state by state. Giving me a moment here. Let me make sure that we've got some folks here. Thanks so much for KB has joined the chat. Dale, looks like we got a few people on here from our TikTok world. Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate y'all so much. All right, let's go ahead and break it down for you. This is what we have for the latest. This was updated at 7:42 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This is the latest information from the Storm Prediction Center for a very, very busy day. Jerry Wilkins, thanks so much. The little tiger or cat, not sure what that is, but I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to go from northern tier of the Central Plains to the southern tier. This is starting with Kansas. We do have that slight risk or a 2 out of 5 risk for those are some of the cities. We'll break it down with a weather model and see about the timing. Right now, overall, we're expecting it sometime in the mid to late afternoon for storm initiation. There's a ever so slight tornado risk in Kansas area. That'd be western portions of Kansas, so Great Bend area, Hayes, Garden City, Dodge City. We're going to go state by state here for the risks. Again, this was updated from the Storm Prediction Center at 7:42 this morning. So I appreciate all you guys. Go ahead and if you're new, please go ahead and follow and share. Here is the severe wind risk. Hey, tornado, Colorado. Colorado is in that as well. It is far southeastern portion of Colorado is in a tornado risk as well. But I did not put that map up here. So Jerry Wilkins, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. All right. So again, here is the risk for the severe wind for today. That you can see 15 to 29% outline there. And then the hail risk. Now, for some reason, I'm not able to get this. I've refreshed it a number of times before going live, so just be mindful that this may have changed a little bit. We'll have to take a look at Radar Omega here in a moment as well. But it's showing that it was updated at 12:11 a.m., so I'm a little concerned about that. 742 update for Oklahoma areas. We do have, again, that slight risk in the yellow and the marginal risk in the green, dark shade of green, and then just general thunderstorms. Peyton, everyone is a meteorologist. We're definitely not a meteorologist. This is just a kind of a hobby. I do know what I'm talking about, but I am not anywhere near a meteorologist expert. It is just something to bring the latest information to people, so I understand. All right, the tornado risk for Oklahoma is just basically Guymon, Woodward areas. We're going to go ahead and get to Lincoln, Nebraska here as well. Tim Betts, Storm Chaser. Hey, howdy, howdy. Let's get it. Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining on TikTok or on Facebook. I appreciate it. All right, so severe weather risks for the wind. We do have that around that area of Elk City as well as Altus. We're kind of going Nebraska area. We're concerned about day 6 right now. So we'll kind of break that down here in a little bit. So Derek, Mick, I appreciate if you have not followed, go ahead and follow. We're going to be breaking all things weather down as we get closer into Monday's crazy event for areas of Nebraska. So go ahead and follow if you have not already. Upside Down Girls, Salina, Kansas. You may have missed that. Yeah, last night definitely was a wild one, Tim, on Facebook of Oklahoma, Western Oklahoma, crazy. So we're going to, speaking of Oklahoma, we do have quite a big risk again today near basically the same areas. I will definitely PM you, Tim. I appreciate that. All right, Western Texas, Amarillo, Lubbock, Midland, Fort Stockton, pretty much the same areas again today. And then that tornado risk is ever so slight in Fort Stockton, and then extreme northern portion of Texas. The wind risk again is there for today. Again, that was updated at 7:42 a.m. from the Storm Prediction Center, and again having some difficulty. There it is. We've got the hail risk finally updated here. That is Midland, Lubbock, Amarillo. We're going to break down all the weather stuff, but I wanted to kind of show you day 6 here. Okay. So, Derek Mick, this is the risk for day 6. Major, major, uh, a typical type of northern plains tornado event is what is anticipated at or expected at this point. But obviously, with 6 days out, I'm not trying to hype it up. Just a lot of, we'll show you the weather models and what it looks like as well here in a little bit. But it looks pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie for this early out. Day 7, it ends up, it's hard to see, but Kansas area, or not Kansas, my apologies. Missouri area, Illinois, unfortunately, uh, covering Springfield area as well as eastern Oklahoma and even northwestern Arkansas. Let's go ahead and get to some of the weather models real quick here. Let's go ahead and do that. Before I do, though, I do want to make sure that I go to some of the 7-day forecasts. I do that for South Dakota. That's where I'm based out of. So I want to get to those real quick before I forget, because I will definitely forget. So I want to get your guys' 7-day forecasts here. For Sioux Falls, we're expecting 60s for highs. Thursday, you're going to cool it down just a little bit with some of those showers and ever so slight thunderstorms. Nothing too severe on Thursday. Friday, we'll warm it back up, even though the winds are going to be coming out of the north, northeast. And then Saturday, Sunday, that's kind of what we're watching for. Some changes going on. As you can see, some of that warmer air from the south pushes through, and then that sparks some things possibly for Sunday night and even into Monday. We could end up with a uh, at at least a marginal risk, if not a slight risk, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and parts east as we get into Sunday night into Monday. And then Tuesday, more of general showers as that front passes through. Winds start shifting out of the northwest. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at Aberdeen. Appreciate y'all joining on TikTok. I promise you I'm going to get to all of your guys' questions as quickly as I possibly can. Be sure to hit that follow if you're on Facebook or YouTube. Do the shares as well. That really helps with the algorithm. Aberdeen, South Dakota, again, we're expecting some storms on Sunday night into Monday and most of the day Monday as that front passes through. Trying to get to all of you as quickly as I possibly can. Salina, Kansas, Upside Down Girl, I'll get to you here real quick once we're done with the 7-day forecast. Rapid City, yes, Thursday is snow. That's going to be ever so slight. It's going to be basically tonight into tomorrow. So when that heating of the day hasn't really started yet, so just be aware of that. All right, Friday and Friday night, we're looking at the winds shifting out, continuing through the east. or out of the east and then southeast as that warmer air pushes and brings that moisture through. That could spark some thunderstorms, very generalized thunderstorms into Rapid City area Sunday and Monday. Most of the severe weather is going to be east of there. And then Pierce, South Dakota, we could end up seeing a spark of some thunderstorms, thunder showers Sunday night and even Monday. It's going to kind of approach as what the GFS was showing earlier, uh, was that Valentine, Nebraska, kind of sparking up some areas of thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday, and then kind of shifting to a northeasterly track. All right, now we're going to go ahead and get to the weather models, folks. I'm sorry I had to go through that, but it is something that, when you get much larger with all the risks and coverage areas, you want to make sure that you get everybody informed as much as possible. So currently, we are looking at the HRRR weather model. This is just the latest weather model, and these are estimates. Thanks so much for joining. So Upside Down Girl, I will get to Salina, Kansas area. As far as for today, we're not expecting anything real huge, although you are in that risk area for today, the slight risk. Let's go ahead and break it down. I'm going to shut off these categorical outlook so that way you guys can see the cities and states a little bit better. Thanks so much for the follows, everybody. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining, be sure to smash the like, as well as if you feel that the content is relevant for you, certainly go ahead and share the live. All right, so Salina, Kansas, you're expecting the storms to not initiate. I mean, some of them are already starting to initiate west, northwest of Hayes for today, but those are special weather statements, so they're likely 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts. But we're expecting afternoon showers and thunderstorms in Salina, not real significant from what HRRR is showing at this point in time. I would imagine in Salina right now, Upside Down Girl, you're probably seeing some pretty good cloud cover, making it a little bit difficult for it to break through the cap. I say that a lot of times, and that is definitely true for that. Let's go ahead and break it down for areas of Texas, the timing. Okay, this is radar estimates based on the HRRR weather model. We really think that a lot of this is going to have a little bit of a difficulty to initiate until later in the day. So around 6 p.m., 5 p.m., kind of like what it was yesterday, pretty late in the day. Midland area, some showers and thunderstorms, likely severe down by Fort Stockton sometime after 6 p.m. That area right there. We do expect that to have some hail in there based on this weather model. Appreciate y'all joining. Jerry, thank you for joining. All right, and then Kansas City, Kansas areas. Let me go ahead and put the risks up again today. Marginal risk, but I do expect this slight risk, possibly if things can get going and start moving real quickly. We could expect this slight risk over here where we have Topeka in that. We could end up seeing that slight risk shift even further, or expand, I should say, even further into Kansas City area. At least latest HRRR scan does suggest still some slight risk type of weather. Gusty winds, maybe some hail. Ottawa areas around 7 p.m. based on this estimate. Go ahead and ask some questions if you guys have any questions regarding your specific area. Opening it up right now for y'all, and ask any specific areas of risks that you would like me to go more in depth on. And then areas of Colorado, like extreme southeastern part of Colorado, we're expecting that to be fairly late and minimal. Terrell, Texas, definitely get that for you. Terrell, Texas, you're in a marginal risk today. Let me make sure this is 742 update. It is. Terrell, Texas, you're in a marginal risk for severe weather. The timing of that, HRRR is suggesting going to have a bit of a struggle today to get anything really going. Let me go to a live radar real quick. Yep, as you can see, there's very generalized thunderstorms over east of McKinney and Dallas area, so not real huge. Kansas City, I will take a look at that for you. All right, timing for Kansas City area. Make sure that we have the latest information update here. This was updated at 7 a.m. I'm just going to close out of this. There should have already been a 13Z update, so give me a moment here. There we go. 12Z. All right. Kansas City area, expect after 5 p.m. light showers and thunderstorms. This latest scan suggests that it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for it to get going. So definitely just keep alert because it is a marginal risk. Just basically means, and you're not in the tornado risk, Kansas City, so you're good there. Shania Jenkins, you're welcome. Thanks so much. Lehigh, I'm assuming Furry Paws, you're referring to Virginia. Christy Marshall, you're welcome. Lehighton, maybe Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at Pennsylvania. You're not at any risks here today, and I don't see any risks expected for the next number of days. Yeah, because everything's going to stay out of your area for the next several days. Oklahoma, I will definitely take a look at that, Trace Lou. So Pennsylvania, you're good. Furry Paws, thanks for joining. And thanks for the great questions. Let's go back to Oklahoma. Again, this is an outlook for today, and these are radar estimates based on HRRR. It looks like, depending on what area of Oklahoma you're in, northern portion that's closer to Kansas area. Get that in the view here. This suggests that that I-35 area, Enid, this looks a lot more intense than a marginal risk. I'm just saying. I'm not doubting National Weather Service or Storm Prediction Center or anything. I just based on this model. Let's go to the NAM model that goes out a little bit further, and we might be able to get a better idea of that. Wait one moment here. Yeah, this was updated at 2 a.m. So this is, yeah, this is probably why they have that slight risk in those areas because they're basing it off of NAM, which is good. It's just the HRRR is a more short-range weather model. The problem with having the HRRR, you can't really compare it to a bunch of other weather models, whereas the NAM and the GFS, you can kind of utilize those together to get a rough idea or a better estimate of when things are going to get going. Far northeast. Well, far northeast, Oklahoma, you're in general thunderstorms. However, let's go ahead and go to day 2. Uh, I do expect tomorrow that risk to kind of move more easterly, even though it says general thunderstorms for tomorrow as well for the risks. I would not doubt that this shift or this will shift, this marginal risk will probably shift over to that northeast. I'm not trying to scare you, but um, that is definitely possible. Let me go back to today's outlooks here and then see a northeastern portion of Oklahoma, you're not in any risk for tornadic activity tomorrow. That tornado risk for today is expected to be western Kansas and right down here in areas of Fort Stockton and all that. Let's go back to the HRRR weather model. I'm glad, Teresa Lou. I appreciate you staying weather aware. All right. So thanks, Wheat Woman, for the follow. How's Slayton looking? Uh, Giselle, could you help me out with Slayton? Where is that? I'm guessing Texas. All right. Estimate, there's that pin drop area for, let me get Slayton, Texas back up on here. I appreciate the follows and sharing the live. I appreciate that so much. All right, Slayton, Texas. It's looking like the timing of that is going to be pretty late based on HRRR scan. I wonder if you could tell me right now, I'm guessing it's pretty cloudy. We'll take a look at satellite loop imagery here real quick. Right after I get Brooklet, Georgia. Brooklet, Georgia. I'll take a look at that. And then I'm going to go switch things to a live satellite loop. I'm expecting to see a lot of cloud cover once I look at that. All right, Brooklet, Georgia. Let me outline your guys' risks here today. You got a marginal risk for severe weather, so it is ever so slight. The what I would suspect to have over in those areas would likely be some pea-sized hail and maybe some 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Nothing too significant. Just reminding folks here of the risks for the tornadoes. You're not in that zone over in Georgia, so you're good there. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a quick peek at the satellite imagery. This is going to be a live look. Um, Anywhere that we see the darker shade here, go ahead and put this in a loop here. One moment. Don't want to get visible blue here. Let's go. Okay, now it's a little bit easier to see the cloud cover. So in the Great Bend area of Kansas, you're already seeing a lot of cloud cover pretty much in Kansas, but there is some clearing over by Garden City and Dodge City already. So things could get underway pretty relatively quickly if some more of that cloud cover goes away. Areas of Lubbock and Odessa, you got a lot of cloud cover that you're dealing with, so things could be a little bit later if that cloud cover doesn't clear away. And then Abilene, Brownwood, you got lots of clearing. Waco, Austin, lots of clear skies. Western Oklahoma, you're starting to clear things away. And let's go ahead and take a look at the upper level. Actually, I'm going to take a look at mid-level water vapor here. Okay, so you can see where the storms are. These greens right here. That's the rain and in the mid-level water vapor. It's just returning where that water level is. And then this yellow, that's all dry air, dry, warm air. Let's go ahead and take a look at live dew points here. So we have the dew points, ooh, getting pretty close. We got 59 in Abilene and for a temp and 56 for a dew point. Go ahead, if you're just joining us, be sure to go ahead and follow as well as um, share the live. I appreciate all the follows. If you have any questions like where, what the severe weather, oh, Greenville, Shorty, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. Greenville, North Carolina, or Texas? I'm guessing Texas. I'm going to go with that for now until I hear you say otherwise. That's a live look right now, nothing huge going on. I'm going to go ahead and put the HRRR weather model back up. And again, these are radar estimates of what's expected here. Nothing too impressive. Maybe after 4 o'clock, things could get a little dicey there. Remind folks of the Storm Prediction Center outlook. The marginal risk for severe weather is in this green. General thunderstorms is in the lighter shade of green. And then we do have that slight risk all the way up into areas of Kansas and Oklahoma and pretty much all of western Texas. I use Radar Omega. All the features that I'm using on here are for the alpha subscription. So as you can see, the alpha gives you quite a few options. I'm sorry if you guys aren't able to see that. Let me kind of narrow this down a little bit. I'll move that over for a second here, maybe. So this is the alpha subscriptions, gives you a lot of stuff, but obviously you pay for a nice premium to get that rolling through. Let me go ahead and bring, now that I moved that over there, we go. So that is a lot. Is West Texas, OKC and West Texas desert getting water soon? All right, OKC area, I will get to that. Just about done with a full scan of this app here. OKC, it looks like sometime after noon could initiate, if those clouds can roll out of there, could initiate before noon, but likely afternoon hour storms. OKC, you're in a marginal risk as of right now. Holly, you have a super good idea for me? Private message me, or if you want to put it on in here, that would be fine too. And then Bartsville and Battlefield, Missouri. Oh, West Texas. Western part of Texas, you're expecting storms pretty late initiation because some of that is expected to have that continued cloud cover going on there. So storms are going to have a little bit of a struggle to get going. All right, Battlefield, Missouri, and then I'll get to Bartsville. All right, you guys in Battlefield, Missouri are in the general thunderstorms. As you can see, not really looking too impressive for Battlefield, Missouri for today. So, and then Bartsville. Could you, not sure if, let me go ahead and do this. Not sure how to pin that up there, but I'll have to learn that eventually. So when asking for um, specific areas, I definitely need the state with that because it is a little tricky. So Bartsville for Kimberly, if you could tell me what state Bartsville is. I'm from South Dakota. I'm about as outside of that zone as possible. All right, Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you. That is one that I can definitely get behind. Walk Stars. Um, Memphis, it's a little bit easier for me to understand where exactly that is, but some of these others have a tendency to have a number of different areas. So, Memphis, Tennessee, you're looking to be fine for today. Your general thunderstorms is in this light shade of green. Don't expect anything anytime soon. Although, once we get to, I'm going to push a little further here. Once we get to day 7, which that ends up being, let me do my counting here. So basically, Monday night into Tuesday, things could shift. So that's a long ways out, but just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. So this is the risk area for Tuesday. Um, just be mindful of that. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you for joining. Holly, thanks so much for following. All right, I am just about done for the day, at least here, and then I got to go to my full-time paying gig. I mean, this pays somewhat, but obviously I'm still new to TikTok and mainly been on Facebook and stuff, so it's taken a little while. Ooh, this app is wigging out here. Definitely. Hold on one moment, folks. There we go. All right, I'm just going to remind folks of the risks for today, and then I'm going to let you all go. Slight risk of severe weather is in yellow. And then we have the marginal risk all the way up into areas of Lincoln and Omaha, but I don't expect that to be too significant today. Um, I expect that to be more significant as we get into Sunday night into Monday. We'll have to see how that plays out. Although Storm Prediction Center does typically go get another update about 11:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, so just be mindful of that. Again, these are radar estimates of what could happen. Right now, the only alert that we have for this polygon is the special weather statement that is way up here between Hill City and Wakini. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. You guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks for joining. We'll talk to you tomorrow around 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time again, and then we'll have more details on the crazy northern plains weather that is expected as we get into Monday.